apologize for you guys for not coming in. Thank you so much for coming in. You guys are already showing that you guys are somebody with a crown on. You're representative for the center. Right now we're going to go into prayer. I'm going to introduce the Jamal Warriors who's going to lead us in prayer.
Father God, Lord, we thank you for this time, Lord. We know that it's only you that woke us all up, and we're just grateful for the opportunity, Lord, just to make a difference and just to see all of the wonderful people, God, that make up this wonderful organization. Lord, we just pray right now, God, that you just cultivate our minds, God, allow us to just focus on what your will is today, God, for us to get your business done. God, we pray that everything that's done today, that you get the glory, that you smile upon everything that is said, everything that is done. God, we pray that your Holy Spirit, God, just will lead us and guide us, God, in everything that we do. And God, we pray that this day be the first day of the impact that we're making out here in the city of Compton. You get the glory, you get the honor, and you get all praise. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Now I'm introducing to you John. He's been our financial advisor, our help, our push. Thank you so much, John, for all the support and help. So he's going to lead us through our introduction.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is John. Everybody calls me John B. I'm from New York. That's not the songwriter. That is J-O-N. My name is J-H-O-N. And I'm a better looking than him. So.
All right.
This is what I do. I work with not the phone companies. I work with the financial service industry. I represent 72 insurance companies and 55 banks. I have offices nationwide and now worldwide, Canada inclusive. I work with the non-profit organizations like yourself. I help about 6 spiritual organizations. We can call them church and the Masonic environment. I work with some of the grandmasters around here. You know them maybe. What we are creating, we're creating the environment for the people who have the will to do something. Like I was talking to a young gentleman, he said, I'm taking the test, I'm going to be a CPA, I'm doing education on the taxation and all that stuff. Excellent. Does he have enough support? Does he have enough environment? Does he have enough area that he can practice, exercise, learn more? Because the schooling is the school. The real life, when you enter school, is completely different ballgame. 60% college grads, they are going back home because they can't find a job. They cannot support themselves in the real world. This is not only Compton's issue. Some of the numbers in the different areas in Compton is a different challenge. But when we go to the city of Watts, it's a different challenge. When we go to Long Beach, it's a different challenge. When you go to Los Angeles itself, it's a different challenge. I work with LA Tech. We have 26,000 students every year joining that. But 12,000 is just dropping out. It's a beautiful school. They have education. They got great teachers. And they have fundings. Why? Because there's no right direction. Budget is not there to support the person who comes and want to do something big. So when I talked to Shanice, did I say it right? Because I'm just like saying 100 names this morning. I said, how I can help you? Because writing the check for what she wants to do, that's the easy way. So you don't have to see me, I don't have to talk to you, I don't have to see what you're doing. I just write the check and give it to you. That's not the right way to do it. The right way to do it is getting engaged, getting involved. Because we're all going to meet in the minds. We're going to like each other. Instant handshake. He said the prayer, I already liked him. I mean, it's just like that. As soon as we're done here, we go out that door, I meet every week, twice a week, about 60 to 100 people. Every week. Tuesdays and Saturdays for my business. On the top of it, every Sunday I go to different church, sometimes twice a day. And I meet another 400 or 500 people. I don't speak to them, I just meet them. I engage with them. I ask questions, I want to find out about their challenges, problems, that I can create solutions. I was just having a conversation, I had some guests here today. He just arrived, is he here? There's the speaker. Oh, he just left. I have some people coming and joining our group. What we are trying to do, create solutions for the challenges. So we're going to work on the mindset. This first meeting, what we want to do, creating the leadership group. Leadership group is going to be the people that, like yourself, want to take responsibility, maybe spare an hour a week or an hour a month, whatever that time frame that you can spare, by being in charge of your responsibility. Because I'm going to do my time. I'm going to do my time. I'm doing it. I got another meeting right now going on in El Segundo. I have another meeting right now going on in Chino. So I dropped my wife at the El Segundo office. I got another associate in Chino doing this. At 12 o'clock, one of the councilmen is doing another meeting in San Pedro. These are all going. Why I'm doing this? You can get results when you have momentum. Why? Momentum creates activity. We started this, 3 of us. Where's Andre? Took me 20 minutes to just give them my mindset and left them with some nuggets. I said, you know what, you do this, you do this, you do this. Maybe we can come up with. I had no hope, honestly. I had no hope. I said, okay, they're gonna just, they picked my brain, they just left. I'll see them next year. I had no hope. She called me a week later. She said, I've been ready. Ready for what? Ready or what? I'm ready for what? So she said, oh, I got this. I got the mission statement. I got the vision statement. I got this. Classes, spiritual this. I'm like, you serious? And she called me like, yes, we're serious. We want to go and do this. You cannot do it by yourself. People don't follow people. People follow the cause. If there is cause, that gentleman is going to bring the water. I'm going to bring some mindset. He's going to bring some value. She's going to, because there's a cause. It is for everybody. So, I'm looking for leaders. I'm looking for individuals who are going to step up and say, you know what, I want to get out of my box. I want to get out of my skin. And I want to look like Arnold. I'm going to look like this person. I'm going to be the best CPA in the area. My tax offices, I told you I have tax offices. I don't charge people for their taxes. Free. And then people are like, why don't you, how do you pay for all this? If there's a formula that will pay the expenses of that organization, provide services, let me ask you this question. Why do you go to church? Do you have any monetary expectations from the church? Not really. You just go to church. And you contribute as much as you can. Your offerings, your tithes. All your expectations from that pastor, that service is lifting you up, giving you some positive energy and thoughts, and maybe little knowledge about real life. That's it. Can you add another service like daycare, another service like elderly care, another service like scholarships, another service like whatever? Would you go to that church or the other church? You understand? If there's a formula behind all this, why churches are allowed to work with me? Because I have the formula. I'll bring that to their table and they look at it. Wow, we could do scholarship? Yes. Masonic Lodge on the Washington, I think it's 33rd. They had 2 scholarships given this year. It's just a simple A plus B, C minus the whatever. That little formula I did it for math, for money. And now they got 2 full scholarships this year. is important that how much value we can create here for the youth around us. Do you believe that 10 million kids are starving in Kenya? You do? And our heart goes out for them? And somebody walks in here and from Kenya opens his bag and you just go to your pocket. Let me tell you something. We got 1 million family in Los Angeles starving. That's my philosophy. Take care of your backyard first. We stop knocking our neighbor's door and say, hey, do you need any help? Are you okay? We just stop. We stop it. We're not touching anybody's heart. We're not touching anybody's hand because we cannot touch ourselves first. We don't help ourselves first. Take care of self for the benefit of others. That's very important. So this leadership group who wants to sign up, who wants to be part of it, is going to have some responsibilities. And they are going to be accountable about these responsibilities. And what's going to happen? We're going to be so solid, strong at the foundation that we can bring the message out to others. When they come, they don't come for you. They come for the cause. What you've done for them. What you're going to do for them. I'm gonna call Shanice up here. She's very talented young lady, creating things from scratch. This is created from scratch, from nothing. There's no history of this. I want her to read you or talk to you about what is the vision here and what is the mission here. Take notes, write it down, learn, because if you are aware of your present, where you are at, your financial, your spiritual, your social, your family, you're aware, conscious about it, you can touch the future. Because based on where you are at today, you have the foundation, you're aware. Then you can touch the future because you know your goals and dreams. You want to be someone that want to make a change. So we have a program called Touch the Future. And the creator of that program, he is here today. Right now he is here. He helped thousands of kids in inner city. In many high schools, last 37 years. His being here, that's an opportunity for us. He's going to help a lot of young kids. He's a coach. On the other hand, we have other programs. I'd like to bring professionals, top notch. You cannot hire them with money, but you can bring them here with a cause. Trust me. And Kobe Bryant walks in that door, I didn't write no check for him. I cook with him. Sunday mornings he likes doing breakfast. So my friend, my associate, owns a restaurant in Laguna Beach. He comes Sunday morning, restaurant is closed. We get into the kitchen, I'm a chef. I'm a professional chef by trade. I own restaurants, I cook. Iron Chef, you know Iron Chef? I was there 7 times, so I'm a good cook. I cook with him. We race. So certain things going to happen in this house, in this organization. There is a cause behind it. He's not coming here to just to say, hi, how are you? No, he's coming here to do something. And we have others lined up that we have access to football players, other sport activities. Max Smith is the broker agent for retired professionals, football players and all that. Retired. He does these meetings every year, getting them together. So we gotta bring him here. So let's hear from Shanice, what she has to say. But please learn what is the mission and this vision of our oh, that was our stage?
This is our stage.
I'm sorry.
Just about a little bit. Just a little bit. I first want to thank you all for coming out here today and being a part of the historical. This will be written in books. It will be a historical event and Andrea, two young girls at Dominguez High School, we talked about a youth center that we wanted to build. And it was just a dream that we wanted to give back to our community and create this atmosphere for our youth that we didn't have. You know, we would have mentioned this 8 years ago or 10 years ago to, you know, our teachers or our parents. They would have thought it was just an idea. But here we are today, standing before you at our first meeting, having a team leadership meeting, talking about the youth center that's going to be built. You know, this is a reality to me that we can truly speak into existence what our hearts desire.
It's going down right now.
Here we are today.
I said it's going down right now.
You know, when I had first come off to college, the city of Compton
we in the park.
We
inside the
you know, we had to go to Paramount to go
as soon as
shopping.
you go up Compton,
We had to go
which
to
way you coming from? Rose
Lakewood
Springs?
to go to Target. We had to go to Norwalk to go to the
Yeah.
movies.
All right, so
But
when
now that I
you
came
get to
back,
Atlantic, you're gonna make a right and then make
you
a
know,
left into the
I
park.
see
And then
the real
as
version
soon as
of
you
New
come-
Compton that our leadership so talks
getting
about.
directions.
Because I can go to my own backyard and go to Home Depot, and I don't have to go to Lakewood anymore. I don't have to go to Norwalk to shop at our local Target. But as we can all agree that even though that there are a lot of positive changes that have taken place in our community, we can't stop now. And it starts with our youth. They are our future, so we have to have systems and things in place that prepare them to take over our legacy, because then it stops. That's why it's so important that we have these programs, because, you know, when I was younger growing up, we did have to go to, you know, Long Beach for entertainment and things like that. And still in the city, we have a lot of great programs like, you know, these parks, and the Sheriff's Department have a little center, and we have great things, but we can't stop there. We need more, because our youth is truly our future. It is so crucial that we prepare them. You know, and you say, well, how do you know this can happen? How do you know that we can own our own movie theater? How do you know that we can have our own stadium? How do you know that we can have better schools? Because I did some research and I found out what the old Compton was, you know, 1950s and 1930s. When he had his Golden Bird chicken. He loves Golden Bird chicken. He loves Golden Bird chicken. You know, I want you guys to look at some of these vintage pictures of the city of Compton. In their parks, they had things like, you know, boxing rings for the kids, and they had things like, you know, the ping pong table for the kids to just go to a safe place and just, you know, have fun and enjoy themselves. Don't have to, you know, worry about anything. You know, we had a drive-in movie at the city of Compton. We had a skating rink at the city of Compton. You know, we had a stadium at the city of Compton. And, you know, this city is so great and so rich with so much potential. You know, I consider this truly the city of opportunity.
Yes, it is.
You know, they say a lot of negative things about the city, but, you know, our city is truly of greatness, and a lot of great people and a lot of great talented people, you know, came out of the city. And, you know, what we really want out of the Center of the Youth is we want to have a system in place and a location where it's just a safe environment for the kids to get connected to their dreams and their goals. Say if a kid comes in and they heart desire that they want to become a lawyer, we'll give them the tools to become a lawyer. We'll give them the mentorship to become a lawyer. If the kids want to come and they want to become an entrepreneur, it's not just a lonely dream that's on the wayside, but we'll give them the tools and the opportunity to become that entrepreneur. If they want to become a doctor, 2.0? Do we just let them go on the wayside? What happens if, you know, a kid that parents is in a middle income, but they're still, you know, trying to make their ends meet? Do we leave them on the wayside? So it's great that we have these programs in our school, and the teachers can only do so much. They have to prepare the kids to get out of high school. So it's important that we have things in place like this center to take care of those kids. You know, in our community, we have a lot of issues that we're facing, like the single-parent moms, or maybe the single-parent dads. Parents working 2 and 3 jobs. They don't have some of them don't have the time to invest in, you know, getting their kids to the next level because they're too busy and, you know, so filled up with trying to make their ends meet and put food on the table. And then we have some parents that they want their kids to become doctors and they want their kids to become lawyers and, you know, they want their kids to accomplish these dreams, but they never became them either, so they don't have the resources and the tools to get their kids to that. So what do we do? So that's why I say it's so important that we have something in place for our kids because our city needs to continue. I'm just so grateful for everything that our leadership have done to get our city back moving, but you guys, there's still more work to do, and I can't do it by myself. So I ask you guys today to join me and to leave a legacy for our next generation and continue on this whole thing with birthing a new Compton. Thank you guys so much for coming today.
I have a couple of individuals that I want to introduce you. I was reading this. This is beautiful. You made it happen? Actually, what we have prepared before, I have a professional designer that she wants to, she helps a lot of nonprofit organizations, Erica. She wants to help us to create more, and she's very good at it. And I mean, you know, you're due, so we cannot work with you anymore. We're firing her, so you know. Okay, our first individual, his name is Tom. Come on. I call him Coach because everybody calls him Coach. Coach Tommy. Maybe you heard of him, you came across to him years ago. He's my personal mentor, my personal coach. But he's not a coach of that book coach. He's a sportsman coach. So he's willing to help us to bring value to the youth because he has that experience. Now he's going to tell you what experience he has and what he can do for us.
Well, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I feel very honored to be here. I just think, as we're hearing some of these stories here, I was raised in the local town here, Gardena. And Compton and Gardena were very similar. Okay, Gardena kind of kept itself going, and Compton started to slow down. I stayed in the area. I became a teacher, been a coach, and I get a chance to see all this stuff. And through my experiences as a coach, I always felt that I was always taught to listen to my elders. And as I went through my experiences as a player, I realized that there was not good leadership. There were some quality coaches out there. There were some quality teachers. You think back right now when you went to school, how many great teachers did you have? Maybe 2. I think about that. Those opportunities that were given to you, not every opportunity was the best. You got a chance to get educated. You got a chance to get into sports. That's just one medium. Through my experiences, I found that I enjoyed working with young people. My opportunity to make them better people in society's eyes and in their own personal lives was important to me. So coaching, besides teaching, was very important because I had other opportunities. Let me give you an example. I recently was at Jefferson High School. How many people know where that is? Okay, was there for just about 20 years. I created a golf team there. kids laughed at me. What the heck are you doing? Within 1 year, created a golf team. Within the next year, we were competitive enough to be in a league and beat some of the teams that were incredible. How did that happen? Given an opportunity, number one, and given those individuals belief. John is my student. I'm actually his student as well. I teach him golf. He learns as he plays golf that business improves if you have a good mindset. I don't know that I'm giving these tools to him. It's just part of who I am. He's become a better leader with his training because of this. And this is the same thing that I've been training myself to do as I've come to this stature where I am now. Jefferson High, golf team, very successful. Asked me to coach the basketball team. Jefferson back in the 60s was the most dominant basketball team ever. What were they missing? The pride. The difference between Compton and Gardena. You guys lost the pride over here. I introduced John to Golden Bird. I told him in the inner city there was no better fried chicken you could find. We've lost them. You just happen to have one here in Compton. We drove by one. He goes, I want to try it. He tried it. He liked it. Okay. We don't have a message there. You're not creating the pride here. Right? You guys just accept it for what it is. This basketball team didn't win a basketball game the year before. Sat down, told them, hey, look, we got to create a little pride. I'll give you the opportunity, and let's go for the best we can do. Go. They hadn't been to the finals in 27 years. We played in the championship game. We lost. We could have won that game, but we lost. Do they think they ever had a chance to begin? No, they never did. But given the proper tools, given the environment, success could happen. So it really comes down to you. You have to, first of all, feel that there's some element, some basic foundation that tells you, hey, it's kind of like going to a party. They have everything there for you. You want to go. But then if they don't keep you there, you're not going to stay. Then you have a good time. When's it going to happen again? Well, I think this environment right here that they're trying to create is that opportunity for you. How are you going to bring back the pride here in Compton? And you guys, through that kind of party mentality, can do that. But it has to be built first. And you build it, people will come. And myself, John, and the people that are here are going to be there to support you and make sure this happens. I mean, when I was a kid, there was a streetcar line coming from Compton down to Long Beach Pike. There was a naval installation over there. There was an amusement park there. You guys don't even know this. That blue line goes through there now. But before that, it was a railroad, a tremendous railroad, streetcar. I used to hitchhike, get on that train, and go down the pipe, have a good time. It cost me 10 cents. You guys lost it. And then they realized that track was still there, and they created the blue line. Part of your history. Had to come through Compton. Got to get the pride back. Okay? And you guys could do that. Just an opportunity of you stepping forward. Instead of saying to yourself, I'm going to wait for somebody to do it, and once they do it, then I'll follow them. You guys will be the leaders. You create this thing. You get it built. And I guarantee people will follow you. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. My back hurts. My back is out a couple of days now. Next individual, she's a world famous pianist. She teaches piano at El Camino College and Harbor College, right? She's my neighbor, and I do business with her and her family. So I asked her, would you like to contribute to our cause? She says, what I need to do. I said, do what you do the best. Only you can do what you do the best. Don't think about nothing else. Do what you do the best. I'm a good cook. I do the cooking the best. So my wife is happy, right? She doesn't cook. Cooks, but you know. So would you come up here? And Miss Deborah Aiken, just tell us about yourself a little bit and then what we can do.
Okay. Usually when I'm in front of groups, actually I'm talking through the piano. I was born in Detroit. I moved my whole life until I ended up in college. So by the end of high school, I had lived in different countries besides different states, and I graduated from high school in Rome. And I came to Los Angeles. And despite the fact that I went to Sweden for a while, I went to Chicago for a while, and so on, this seems to be my town. And so I've lived in all different parts of it. And like I say, I guess this is my town, for better or worse. When I was still in college, one of my first jobs was that I was an accompanist for choral groups at Jordan High School. And that's not that far from here. And I still, Yeah. And I still think a lot about that experience. It was in the 80s. They had a wonderful program, orchestra, choral groups, and so on. I was employed for 20 hours a week, 4 hours every morning, to accompany the choral groups. This was in addition to the teacher. I don't think that happens in schools very much anymore. And so while I was working on being a concert pianist, I was also doing things like that. And I've sort of continued in that vein. I go and perform in Japan, and then I come back and I work with the Up or Down program here, for instance. I always think of one kid who walked by me one morning between classes. I was rehearsing a little part to play for the next class, and this guy walked by and just spontaneously sang perfect harmony to what I was playing. And I thought, wow, this kid's gifted. And at least he had a school program to go to, which are, have either disappeared or are disappearing. The thing that I love about this idea is, since I know that music is all about communication, everybody loves music, you can communicate with any human. I think some animals too, through music. My dog had distinct preferences. But anyway, I think that it's something that everybody should have a chance at. And I know that even though I was lucky enough to be able to have piano lessons when I was growing up, not everybody has access to that. And I hate the idea that people like this guy who sang perfect harmony to what I was playing wouldn't be able to realize their potential. So what I'd like to do as a part of this is to facilitate people having lessons or being part of groups or kind of whatever it takes so that they can get on the road to this sort of thing, and they won't be one of the people I meet all the time who's 35 years old or 50 years old or whatever and says, wow, I thought I was pretty good, but I never had a chance to do it. And to me, if you bring, music and this sort of thing to a community of people, what's better? So, when John told me about this vision, I just jumped in. I thought it was great. So I'm glad to be here.
Thank you. Now, we have certain things. It's not by design. It's created. Because, more than I do, that the Lord told me, become a creator, and don't be a servant to me, be a servant for everybody else. So, you keep knocking that door, He says, I got 3 answers for you. I'm going to say yes, or maybe, or later. But the Lord said, I'm never going to say no to you. So I keep knocking that door, and I think I have created certain manifestation in my universe and things coming to my way. I'm attracting to what I desire to do. I cooked 20 years in the same zip code, never married, no kids. I had a little postcard when I was making a pie, flipping burgers. I'm looking at that postcard and it was a Hawaiian postcard, nice beach and palm trees. I'm in New York, no palm trees. So people said, "John, you're crazy. You're never gonna retire, you're never gonna see a beach." I live on the beach, I have a bench, I sit on that bench and stare at the ocean and do nothing. That was my dream. So we want to create and bring dream back first. We want to make people start dreaming. So creative of all this, besides Shanice, we have this young lady. Where did she go? Andre, we cannot see you anymore. You gotta look at me straight forward that I can't see nothing, right? So don't turn around. So she's gonna share some stuff with you, programs, events, and benefits, and I'm gonna close with the short statement.
All right, once again, thank you guys for coming. We have such a positive center that we are trying to implement here in the city. And so just to tell you a little bit about myself, my name is Andrea Logan. I went right here to Dominguez where I met Shanice, and we ran track together, and I remember she just had the most horrible track form ever. So now she got it together. Now she's teaching me how to do catwalk because she is in Miss Compton. And so, you know, it's been such a blessing just trying to see us going from one level to the next. I went to Compton College after I left Dominguez because I didn't know what I wanted to do with myself. You know, still 12th grade, still trying to figure out what I want to be when I grow up. You know, just didn't have role models or anybody with any inspiration around me to kind of show me where should I go, what should I do, what am I good at. And so that's where I met my lovely husband right here with the camera, Dion. And now 3 years married, and I have my second child. And I go to Cal State Dominguez, and that's where I study. I'm 2 more classes away from graduating and studying communications with an emphasis in PR. And so when I was there, you know, even when I was at Compton, I'm like, Lord, what am I supposed to do when I grow up? I don't know. And so he kind of just saying communication. I'm like, what is that? So when I got to Dominguez and I seen communication, I seen PR, and it was like, at the end of the day, I was like, what am I good at? What do I like doing? What can I do all day? And so that's when I said PR, and that's like helping people. And I'm like, I love helping people. I love trying to see people succeed, go to a new level, trying to see, you know, what are they good at and pull that out of them. And so that's when I got into public relations. So now I'm here in that lovely form you see in front of you. That is what I created, and along with all the inspiration from the people around me on what we need in Compton. So to start off, Fill in the Lack, as you see on the first, at the top of your form, Fill in the Lack is a nonprofit organization. It was inspired by the scripture of Hosea 4, chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. And so what we want to provide is the urban communities with the commodities that are lacking in the schools, in home, and in their families. So we want to fill that lacking, and that's what the Center of the Youth is for. So Center of the Youth is our program that we're here to implement into our city, and not just the city of Compton. We want to go to all the urban cities around the world. You know, my vision is big. God is big, so I have to dream big, you know? So we're just going to start here in Compton, and if you go down a little bit more, you'll see a lot of the programs. So what we want to have is what you don't see in the schools or what you don't see at home. So we wanted to just introduce these new ideas. It wasn't until I got to Compton, one of the classes that we're going to have in these workshops, it wasn't until I got to Compton that I realized, and I took this African dispersal class, and then I realized, like, wow, we were kings and queens, and we were like, we was up here. You know, high civilization, and, you know, because all them years in school, I learned that, you know, Christopher Columbus found America and all this homogenized history, and I was really mad. You know, I'm like, why did they lie to me all these years? Like, I felt the seed. and that they wanted to set my mind to make me feel like I'm nobody, like I'm not from nowhere powerful. So one of the classes that we're going to have is this history class where, you know, we're going to learn about all of our ancestors, not just African American, but Hispanic American and Samoans and Cambodians and Indians and Middle Eastern. We want to learn about all those different cultures. It just opens your eyes when you see all that. You know, I took when I was at Dominguez, we took this class where we just watched movies. It was like the best class ever. We just watched like, you know, foreign movies. And it wasn't until then I watched this movie called The Children of Heaven, and it was about these two little kids that shared shoes to go to school. You see that movie? That was, I mean, and I have a closet full of shoes. I think I stopped buying shoes after that because it was like, it touched me, you know, and I'm sitting here thinking, oh, I don't have shoes to go with this outfit, or, you know, this and that, and these kids were sharing these shoes, and they just wanted me to do more for them, wanted me to get better so that I could be able to send some shoes out there, and I'm so glad that, you know, we have Toms and Bobs that kind of sell, you know, they have those shoes where you buy one pair and they send one out to, you know, a third world country. So it's stuff like that that opened my eyes, that made me realize that I have more than enough here in America. You know, like there's people out there that are really struggling. Like we don't see that. We just see what we see here, and we just feel like we are not living in poverty. But we feel like we are. But it's not. When you see, you know, when you see holes in your roof and it's rained today, and all I could think about when I was living with my grandfather, we had buckets under there, and you know, it was like that's what a lot of people are experiencing. So we want to be able to gain, you know, put this knowledge in other people's hands so they can see all the history, see what else the world is going through, and instead of what we just learn at school or what our parents are limited to learn from their parents, we want to have a program such as history, where we have teachers that, or anthropologists that are, you know, very knowledgeable in a culture, to come and talk about what that culture is going through. We're going to have movies and activities like dance, so we can also learn the dances, learn about this culture, interact with them, and also, you know, and cooking, so we can eat their food. So we can just bring that culture right here in the city of Compton in our center. The lovely girls back there, please come. These are our Comptonettes. They ran with Shanice in the OC pageant on August 6th, where they ran for Miss Teen Compton. So can you guys bring those posters? And I just want to show you guys the vision. This is what we have. This is what I want to implement here in these centers. I'm sorry for the noise. We have Appreciation Day for the firefighters today, so that's what they're setting up for right now. And so we want to have a dance studio and a theater, and this is where, you know, we'll be able to teach and show about the different cultures and hold lectures and, you know, all dances. And we have a aerobic instructor. We have a trainer back here, Urban McKinley. And so this is where we're going to have, and what we have in these dance studios, this is what you don't have on your paper. We want to have plays and have mixers. We want to have a music class, and that's where you come in, Deborah, and teach people about music, because it's just not about what we hear on the radio. I had a music one-on-one, and we learned about Mozart and Bach, and it was like all that history. It's like, wow, and you just learn so much. So we just want to open and introduce. It's basically an introduction for college. We want everybody to be inspired to go to college. Don't think about all the financial stuff. Think about everything that you can benefit from going to college. And so that's what we have. We have to have all these little facilities that we have, and then we'll be able to give them that inspiration to see, oh, this is what I can learn, this is what I can do, and then, you know, that will increase the admissions in college. So thank you, ladies. So another one of our programs called Innovative Minds, and for entrepreneurs and people that want to be inventors. There are so many people in Compton, or in all areas, that have this idea. They have this idea, but they're like, what do I do with this idea? They just write on a piece of paper, and they just kind of like wonder about it, and then they just like go off and do something else. You know, forget about the idea. We have this class where you can learn the information about patents and writing it up and doing the blueprint and how to market and get that out there to the world. So with that, what we want is more and more people that come and enroll into these inventors classes and become entrepreneurs that create jobs. You know, and what we're going through right now, recession. So we have to, you know, with that, people from our community, everybody else go through a recession, but the urban communities are going to have jobs. They're going to have things available. We have Miss Levita right here, our hair designer. She has, you know, she makes her own wigs, makes her own jewelry. I mean, you know, just little things like that. You can be your own partner. I know I was tired of going to work. It felt like my life was like this on this program. And so becoming an entrepreneur, becoming something that you're good at and feeling like you have control of your life is what gives you that inspiration to go out and change for the rest of the world. We have a Going Green program that we want. I used to drive back in the days down 105 with my parents and look at downtown LA and see it. Drive down there right now. You might not see it today, but tomorrow it's going to be so full of smog. And it's sad. You know, it's really sad. And you know, just seeing little changes like that. So Going Green is basically learning about solar power. We're going to have people come in and talk about, you know, solar power and how it could bring bills. You know, just educate them on something different. You know, like I say, and I can do this for it's eco-friendly. You know, it's not just affecting us, but it's affecting the whole world. So we just hit all the urban communities and let them know about that, and we could be part of that epidemic where, you know, we were doing something good for the planet, you know. So we have money management, and that's where we have our John, and we have all those other people that he knows to come in, because my sister is a shopaholic. Like, she gets enough money, but she will buy just because she see it. But people need to learn, they need to save, they need to invest. You know, they have children, they have grandchildren, they have unexpected bills that might come out of nowhere, and money management can help us stay out of that, you know, out of that level where we're feeling like we're in bondage. You know, you feel so in bondage when you get that check and it's already gone. You know, so these are like very informative classes that, you know, we'll have that can help our families be restored and our families be able to run a whole lot smoother. Visual and performing arts, who wants to, you know, that's when we have someone like Miss Deborah come in, or we have a dancer come in, and we'll learn about the culture, we'll learn about the history. You know, it's just not learning to dance, we're learning how to play piano. We want them to leave with a little bit more knowledge than they did when they came into those programs. So going through those programs, we have, like we said, we have Miss Compton, and she took the girls this year, and they just love the experience that they have. They get in a whole nother, you know, outlook on life. They were able to communicate with people they never communicated with. And so we wanted to open a pageant here in Compton. You know, there's so many little girls that, you know, we see it on TV and we don't think that, oh, we can be a part of it. So we want them to come to the pageants and experience how to do the little walk and be in front of people, because it gives you a whole new oomph in life. You know, it makes you feel like, I can do this. I can talk to people that I'm not used to seeing all the time, or I'm not used to, you know, doing things that I don't used to do. So it'll give, you know, it's all about giving these people inspiration. It's all about giving them that motivation that they can do what they want to do in life, you know? And so, not to leave the man out, we're going to have a Mr. Physique program where, you know, the man can come and compete against each other athletically and mentally. So you better get on your history, because it's going to be a lot more, you know, mind challenging than anything. So, you know, we just want to be able to incorporate all these, and so that we can all work together, you know. And we'll have women's groups and men's groups, so, you know, women can get together for a tea party, men can get together for game day, or whatever you guys like doing. You guys are rough. Play games, video games, or, you know, or have just inspirational meetings to be a better husband, a better man, you know, and same thing for the wives. And we're not, of course, we're going to have groups for the teens and have inspirational programs where, you know, I kind of want to like sneak the word of God in there, because it's like, if we bring it up, people get, you know, offended or scared. So it's kind of like just, those were those programs we'll come in at. And so, and you can do like hobbies and discussions. And another one of our programs is Words from the Wise. I take care of my grandfather. I do in-home care for him. And I believe that me spending time with him and then just trying to take him here and there is what keeps him so alive. He is still walking around, still want to hit the kids, still yelling at people, still think he's the man, you know? And I learned so much from him and from my great-grandmother and from all the old people that were around me that gave me, told me about their life story. You just ask them a question, they could talk for about 30 minutes. And I learned so much, and it made me wise like I am today, and I was able to make it through life with all the difficult challenges that, I was facing. So what we wanted to do, we wanted to, get a busload full of kids or adults and go to these convalescent homes or these senior citizen homes and just spend time with them. Basically talk to them, ask them that one question and let them talk for hours, It's just that one little time of company that they need throughout those days, and it'll be a lifetime of information for you also. So it's kind of like exchanging information and all this wisdom, and that's what we're expecting out of the words from the wise. Some of the events that we want to have is a walkathon. I wanted to have a walkathon to bring me in scholarships. One of the reasons why I didn't go to a four-year college because I didn't have the money, and I was raising my grandfather, and I didn't want to ask them for money because they're already complaining about bills, and it was only like $55, So one of the things I want to do is have a walkathon for students, high school students that I want to go to college, and so and we'll have it right here on the creek. Have you guys ever broke this creek before? Oh my God, ride my bike. It's such a beautiful place, And so it's also going to be good for us because we'll see stuff like that and it'll motivate us to go work out. And also, it'll be able to, put in the fee and they'll be able to sponsor kids to walk into college, It'll pay for that college application that they have to pay for. And a walk for violence and a walk for, all these walkathons that we can do. If everybody else can do it for AIDS and breast cancer, we can do it. We can do it too, right here in our community to help little things like that. We want to have like red carpet events where we have big seminars and people can come and hear someone great like John to talk about financial restoration, or when we have our Going Green, or when we have any type of change that we want to bring or any type of information that we want to give you guys. We just have these really nice events, something different. You see it on TV, you see everybody else doing it in reality shows. We're going to make the reality happen right here, Our blue carpet event, so since we're going to have like music and plays and performing arts, our blue carpet event is where people will come and they'll see the new artists, they'll see the talent that is here at the center. They'll be able to come to plays, they'll be able to come and see dances, just a nice formal event, somewhere nice, you don't have to just stay home all the time. We want to have something that they can learn and they can see for themselves that the center is really doing it, and they'll be excited to see it in their city or see it in another city or see that we're going to, Florida or New York and change, and bring that center there. So the benefits that the people get from this is to be the future of Compton, member of change, because of all these programs, and they'll change the mindsets for them. They'll be able to want to bring, be role models in our cities, want to open businesses in our cities, and all these vacant buildings that you see will be gone. They will all be full. I'm so tired of seeing vacant buildings. They'll be full, nice businesses. People will enjoy driving through Compton, walking through Compton. It was a girl, she begged me not to drive down Beach Boulevard, begged me not to drive through Compton, cried. And I felt bad. I'm like, it's not that bad. My mama told me I can't. I said, that's sad. I want to change this. We have to change this. We have to fill these buildings up. They have to look nice. I want to be able to drive through and act like I'm driving through Lakewood or Beverly Hills. I want Compton to be like it used to be. The movie theater or the bowling alley or the Viceroy, somewhere where people want to stay in Compton and have fun and not drive out of the city or miles away. Now we don't even have gas, or people are scared to get on the bus. They can just walk right there to the center. We'll have transportation provided that can go into different areas and bring these kids, meet them at school, and then we're not just having stuff for the teens, we're also having stuff for the parents, so they can bring themselves, bring the whole family. And we'll have movie night and all those performances that we'll have, mixers. So there's a whole lot of things. We're going to have community discounts where John will come and talk about a little bit about how the community can get involved, so we can all do this together. So if you have a paper, you have that paper in front of you. You also have like the app that's in back of it. But if anything, most importantly, fill out that last paper, because that last paper talks about what do you want to see change in your community? What are your ideas for the community center? What do you think we can implement there? What are your special skills and abilities that you can bring to the center? So thank you so much for coming out and listening to us. And you guys have a blessed day. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
I want to thank our sponsor, ComputeNet. They've been sponsoring so many things. They've been with me since the beginning when I first became Miss Compton last year, and they're still with us. Just awesome business owners in the community of Compton, and we just really appreciate them. And then we have our other sponsor that sponsored the girls' hair this year, Miss Levita. So we just want to thank all of our sponsors. They're so awesome. But right now we're going to call ComputeNet up for sponsoring the food here and all the water and the raffle prizes that you guys are going to get today. Thank you so much.
Good morning. My name is Johnny. I'm here with ComputeNet. We do repairs and sales of computers, laptops. We are Microsoft certified and Apple specialists. We have 5 locations: Southgate, Los Angeles, Gardena, Compton, and Linwood. We have Cypher Cafe for $2 an hour. You can print as well. The 6th visit is free. We'll give you a business card, we'll sign it. The 6th visit you come in will be free. What else can I tell you? We have as a matter of fact, we have a special right now. For if your computer is corrupted or has virus, we will clean it and get it back working to you for $45. If you mention Mrs. Compton, you'll get an additional 5%. Please help yourself for brochure, business cards. We have donuts and waters in the back. We also provide internet service for your home, mobile, or work for a low price. If you have any questions, please contact Marvin, my associate in the back. Thank you very much. I appreciate Ms. Compton for allowing us to be here. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you.
I'm going to wrap it up quick, and let's pay attention like 2 minutes. The programs Shanice and Andre prepared: Innovative Minds, Going Green, Money Management, Visual Performing Arts. All these headlines actually is been detailed. When I look at the Innovative Minds, I have great connections, law offices working with me nationwide, trademark and registry. So there are the R you see on the certain brandings, and it says TM. They all make different meanings. They have all different meanings. Most of us don't understand what it means. We can help any individual that you know bring that trademark, co-branding, registering, and it's not a big deal. But people don't know what door to knock. That is a big deal. So you're going to become a source of information. I'm looking for, again, leaders will take initiative for their field from that computer, right? I don't understand nothing about computers. Even this phone is challenging me. It says push this button, pushing it, it doesn't do anything, I give up. I don't do second time. So I'm thinking when he's offering all these services, who you know that needs these services? Who you know that needs her services? Who you know that needs your services? Always keep it in mind. Going green. Solar system and solar companies they are right now looking for manpower. So all we agreed that unemployment is the highest, right? And unemployment is higher in the certain ethnicities. And the highest in the African American communities is over 17%. I have solar companies working with me. They are looking for help. They are constantly looking for help. You don't have to be from that industry. They train you, they get your license, and they got a lot of work to be done. So who you know, unemployed, looking for a job, boom, get his name and number. Let's talk to him. Going green, we learn more about the solar system, biomass, windmills, biofuel, and then we can communicate to others. Maybe you own your own home and you're sick and tired of paying that electric bill. If you get that solar system installed, your electric meter starts turning backwards. That provider will pay you to create electric. It is happening right now. We are not living in this different world. We live in this world. Next door neighbor, not a mile away from your house, has a solar system, doesn't pay electric bill, and then he gets a tax credit from his property taxes. Mile later, you're living in this neighborhood, you have to pay electric, you don't get any tax credits, your property tax increases every year. Lack of knowledge. Your network is what you're worth. It's very important. So, money management, I provide free training, free licensing. Free training, free licensing in financial services. You can be a life insurance sales agent. You can be a certified financial advisor. You can be whatever. It costs money, right? How much it costs you? Just give me a number to become certified public accountant. Right? $2,000. Becoming licensed insurance agent costs you at least $1,000 today. You gotta follow those classes, go to trainings, get license. I'm providing this within my organization for free. And a couple of weeks ago, we were at the Crenshaw Christian Center with Maxine Waters, a congresswoman. I recruit over 500 people. And I'm meeting with them next week, starting their orientation class. So these are services. You become source of information. You become source of services. Not for your own community, your community services. There's no police force in Compton. It's shut down. So who takes care of it? LA, right? Sheriff's office. Are they happy to be here? No. Do we want our police force here? Yes. And I know the mayor, and he was a former one, and all the troubles and all that stuff. Listen to this part. If money is not an issue, what would you do? If there's enough budget, they hire enough police officers, they get their own cars, and they get their own system of the money. Only issue is the money. So we're going to create an environment. You're going to be the golden boy in the neighborhood. You're going to be the golden boy. You're going to be creating all this environment. So this is an important sheet. Fill this out. We are going to create the membership. Membership, it is not the money. Membership, it is your commitment. In the military, people give their lives for a ribbon. They are committed. Nothing else is discussion. Commitment. If you are going to commit, don't change your mind later. Commitment is very important. Committed. Our next meeting is going to happen most probably this month, before the end of the month. This is your homework. This is how I operate. With my agents, my associates, in my business, I operate the same way. I give out homeworks. These are our task management. Hey, my man is here. Excellent. I'm a part of the Economic Development Council in Beverly Hills. Do you think Beverly Hills needs economic development? From outside, no, but trust me, they do. So I'm the member of that council. I work with Little Hoover Committee. Maybe you have never heard of Little Hoover Committee. Little Hoover Committee, bunch of billionaires got together to create economic solutions for government. They done nothing for us. They done nothing for my family. I became a member of those committees to understand what they do and beat them in their game. I know everything what they do, what they think, how their mind operates, how they see us, and all that stuff. So I'm a spy, right? I play their game. I bring that information here. We can have our own police force here. No brainer. We can have our own fire department better than they have. Because they have more money, they can have better equipment. No, we can have it better here. So, new generation is coming. Justin Bremer. This kid is running for councilman. Young fellow, coming from a great family. I was with him last night. He's fired up. He represents 15 districts, 5 cities. He's going to bring jobs to every city, minimum 20% increase. I'm supporting him because I believe that he's going to do it. He's supporting our cause. Even he's not in our district, he's not in our district, he's supporting our cause. Right now he's having a meeting, that's why he couldn't make it here. He was on our agenda here. Next meeting, you have one homework. Only one simple, single homework. You're going to interact with at least 10 your friends or family or neighbors, 10 people, and you're going to invite them to next meeting. Whatever you heard today, whatever drive you have from here, we need to deliver this message to your friends and family and neighborhood. You need to bring those 10 people to our meeting. They are going to listen to the message. We're going to deliver our vision and mission and start from your backyard. Yes, my heart goes out to kids in Kenya, but I got 1 million families starving over here. We're going to do something strictly very, very big. And we are meeting at the Crenshaw Center one more time with the 500 people. I'm going to invite you guys. You're going to represent CTFY. Did I say it right? Yeah. I always mix it up. So, God bless you. Have a great day. Don't forget your homework. Date will be announced to you. Those are the people who will provide value through this organization to your family first. So we want to look into your needs and your challenges, where you want to be. Fill out these forms, don't neglect it. Mr. Tommy, Coach Tommy, he's a trainer. Shanice's brother. So coordinate certain things because he's got a lot of connections, NBA players, NBA teams, his direct contact. We can bring coaches here, bring talents. They are looking for talents. I can bring 49ers coach here. He's looking for talents. Maybe you have your neighbor's kid, big kid, could be a good football player, doesn't have the opportunity. We have these opportunities, looking for talent. Okay? This is very important. Have a blessed day. Thank you.
Put all your papers over here, and Marvin's going to tell you guys who's the winner. You can collect your prize right over here. And then it's time to go because they have a new event that's coming up with firefighters. You want to make it special?
Davina, here. Collect your prize. You see? There you go. From Confident. Thank you. Thank you for registering. Good morning. There you go. Thank you for Confident. Ricardo going once. Going twice. Ricardo. No one. Next. Eric Bishop. There you go. Kid from Compton. Thank you.
Thank you guys all for
right now.
Different bowl games. You will have edge. You don't know how to exchange on
Fire, huh?